ASA recently shared their quarterly update, and here are my top 5 takeaways. Takeaway number 1, labor market statistics. Let's start with new unemployment claims. The most recent number was at 239,000. As a point of reference, at the beginning of the Great Recession in that 08-09 timeframe, new unemployment claims were already over 300,000 and then peaked at 653,000 new claims. We are not there, which is a positive sign. Moving on to quit rates. For a couple of years, we were hearing a lot about the high number of employees quitting. As a matter of fact, we coined it the Great Resignation. Well, the number of quits topped out in April of this year and has been declining since then. And then moving on to overall staffing revenue. There are some outliers, but generally speaking, 2022 was a blowout year for most staffing firms. And if you look at this chart, you'll see that 2023 revenue is less than 2022, but it's higher than 2021. So if anything, most are feeling as if the revenue is just normalizing. Takeaway number 2, HR biggest pain points. This was a survey conducted the last 2 weeks in April of this year by Fountain. I love this chart, and here's why. These are fantastic talking points for you as you're meeting with business owners, HR, or hiring managers. If you get out this chart and just talk to them about what's resonating with them, what's keeping them up at night, that's just a fantastic way to get the conversation started about what's going on in their business. Takeaway number 3, according to an Aerotek survey, job security is a key consideration among candidates. Now, this survey is also from spring of this year, and I think pay is always typically a top consideration, but I really think it's fascinating to notice that job security is listed as a top motivating factor for accepting a job. Furthermore, if the company has a history of laying off workers, it's a reason why job seekers won't even apply. Takeaway number 4, there's a disconnect right now between employers and candidates as it relates to remote work. Most hiring managers are now at least hybrid, either fully in office or hybrid, and they're looking to bring people back in that same model. And so if someone is currently working in a 100% remote position, they're not really motivated to look for a new job unless it too is 100% remote. So this disconnect is really stretching out time to fill. And it's also putting staffing and recruiting firms in the middle, having to coach and convince either the candidate or the hiring manager to make, I guess, for lack of a better phrase, a paradigm shift as it relates to remote work. And then my 5th takeaway, business development has changed in 2023. Demand is muted in many segments of staffing, so business development is definitely more challenging now than it has been for several years. Buyer behavior has changed. Hiring managers are a little bit more picky, they're unsure, they're taking longer to make decisions. So here are a few sales tips. Really just engaging with people and putting in the effort is first and foremost. And then plan events for prospects, a lunch and learn or a coffee and connect, something that creates value for people to attend either for education or networking purposes. Bring market intelligence to your clients, either during your meetings, through social media, or in your newsletters. Maybe a topic such as tips for updating job descriptions or current employment data, especially in the industry that they are in. And if you're in a leadership role, watch metrics around effort and results, but mainly effort, because this is what sales and recruiters can control. They can control the number of candidates talked to, the number of submittals, the number of prospect activities during the course of a day or a week. And then as it relates to hiring new internal team members, ASA had a discussion with Matthew Franklin from Mitchell Martin, and his suggestions were to really look for grit and hunger, because many of the other things in staffing can be taught. Mitchell Martin has had success hiring from within the hospitality industry. And then finally, Matthew shared people who show energy, creativity, and curiosity are assets in any position within staffing. Thanks for tuning in to my top 5 takeaways.